Ano man ang pangarap mo, matutupad yan dito sa NCF.
College of Computer Studies, College of Arts and Sciences, College of Teacher Education, College of Accountancy and Finance, College of Business and Management, College of Engineering, College of Health Sciences, College of Criminal Justice Education. Let your quest begin here at the Naga College Foundation, because we don't just educate, we elevate.
Experience NCF high-quality education and be part of the community of champions. Be a Tiger now.
Leap into the future.
Your quest begins with a single step, where passion meets purpose, and learners become leaders. This is where champions in healthcare are made, with AI-powered, world-class, real-life simulating laboratories, top-tier clinical instructors, healthcare industry innovation-focused curriculum, and skills management. The Naga College Foundation College of Health Sciences is your premier choice in excellent healthcare education. Change the game. Be a champion.
The place, the players, and the passion. This is your front row seat to sports action that never stops. I am 𝗡𝗖𝗙 𝗧𝗜𝗙, and this is SPORTIFY.
Champions, rise, rise, Sportify the fire in your eyes, keep pushing limits.
From the mountains of the north to the shores of the south, the pulse of Philippine sports beats strong. Young athletes all over the nation strive for excellence, and right here in the vibrant heart of Bicol, one school continues to stand tall, the Naga College Foundation. Hello Sportizans, and welcome to another episode of Sportify, your all-access pass into the Tiger's Den, where determination meets destiny and champions are made. At NCF, education meets passion. It's not just a school, it's a training ground for future legends. With 22 sports programs under one banner, NCF has become a beacon for young athletes in Bicol and beyond. Today, we're shining the spotlight on two dynamic teams first. The court queens strategy and shooting precision, the NCF's basketball team. After that, we move to the field to meet the NCF football team. First up, the NCF women's basketball team. These ladies don't just play, they compete with heart, hustle, and unbreakable teamwork. Leading this fearless team is Coach Salvador Gupilan, a mentor who builds confidence, character, and champions. Let's hear from Coach Salvador, or Coach Sal, and the women's basketball Tigresses, the athletes who prove that courage and consistency go hand in hand on the court. So before we start, I would like you to introduce yourselves to our viewers.
My name is J. Roberts P. Perez. I live in Peña Francia, Naga City, and I am also, my position in basketball is for center or power forward.
Center power forward. How about?
I'm Alexandra Relos po, playing power forward.
I'm Jason Suarez. I'm playing point guard.
Thank you so much to our fellow athletes. So before we begin, Coach Sal, I am extremely curious about how did you get into the sport basketball?
I was born into it. My father played basketball. All of his brothers, he had 7 brothers, all of them played basketball. So I grew up in the sport. I have 3 beautiful sisters who are all taller than me, some 6 feet tall. One, more notably so, used to play for 𝗡𝗖𝗙 for the nation of the Philippines. Did very well, got a couple of accomplishments there. So my whole life has just been around sports and basketball.
Well, is basketball something that you've always been into, or were you forced, maybe?
No, not really forced. You know, like some people look at basketball as like a hobby or a side thing to do, but I can pretty much talk about this with like a lot of Filipinos, and they understand this. Basketball is more like a way of life for a lot of us. You know, just growing up in the gym, watching their dad play, or watching their sisters play, or their cousins play. It's just always been, you know, part of my life.
Well, maybe can you share some of your experiences in playing the sport with our viewers?
Well, you know, I love basketball, but basketball didn't really love me back. All my friends grew up taller than me and all that stuff, so I really went into, you know, American football, more into that sport where, you know, stocky men were more dominant. But I've always been part of the training aspect, the small movement aspects of the sport, understanding the fundamentals and training. Right now I have, you know, younger relatives right now growing up. I've always been part of their practices and so on and so forth. So Coach Brian put me on understanding that it's part of my pedigree that I know how to train, I know how to coach, I know how to motivate.
Well, in terms of coaching, Coach Sal, how did you get into this coaching job itself?
Well, you know, I believe that the Lord, our God, gives us our different tasks and gifts, and I believe I do have a gift when it comes to speaking, public speaking. I used to do that a lot back in my younger days, but I really like to speak, you know, and not really lecture, but try to allow the athlete to come to their own conclusion and how to succeed in either basketball or in life. So I really enjoy that aspect of coaching.
Wow, I can tell. How about our fellow athletes? Let's start with Alan.
Since mga around 8 years old po, naglalaro na talaga ako. Kasi po yung father and mga pinsan, yung brother ko po, puro basketball po talaga yung sports. So parang na-engganyo din ako maglaro. Tapos yun po, nakikilaro-laro na sa lahat ng mga lalaki sa barangay namin. Doon po ako nag-start talaga.
How about Joy?
Ako naman, since 2018, referee ako dati. So, yung kapwa-referee ko, pinakilala niya ako kay Coach Brian. Siguro nakita niya ako ng potential sa basketball. Then, doon na din yung nag-start, and I tried to try out here. So, thankful ako kasi nakuha ko. Yung nag-inspire naman sa akin na maglaro ng basketball, siguro si Papa. Kasi sikat din si Papang naglalaro dito sa amin. So, yun. Parang sabi nga nun sa akin instead na si Kuya yung mumana ng basketball, ako pala. Yun lang.
That's really ironic, Coach Sal, because you know basketball. A lot of misconception about basketball is that it's only made for men, right? So, what's your opinion on that now that you're leading a women's basketball team?
Well, like I said, my pedigree is women's sports. I have 3 beautiful sisters who are all married off, and they have their own families. The stigma of, you know, female sports being too masculine is, I hope, a thing of the past, and trying to typecast women for loving a sport, and understanding that that type of motivation creates discipline in life, and to typecast them and say, oh, because you like this or that, you're now this or that. I think that's really immature in a lot of ways, and I hope as a human race, or as a nation even, we can get past that and thinking.
Wow, actually it sounds really nice, Coach Sal. That's very motivating. Now let's move on to Joyce.
Ako naman po,
Ganon din kay Alex na. Kasi lahat ng si mama lang kasi yung nag-iisang babae sa magkakapatid. So yung lahat ng tito ko naglalaro ng basketball. Then sa amin ng mga magkakapatid, nagkakapatid ako ng babae, late na. So yung nagitna namin yung puro lalaki, kaya lahat yun nahilig sa basketball. Then paglalabas ko ng bahay, walang ibang kalaro kundi lalaki. Kaya yun, nakahilig yun.
I see. So actually, hearing all of your backgrounds, I come to the conclusion that environment has a really big impact on a child, or let's say a person's interest. So anyways, what's your favorite part about being on the NCF women's basketball team? Let's start with Joyce.
My favorite part about being on the NCF basketball team is yung nagkakaroon kami ng pagkakaisa every training, and yung tinuturo ni coach, yung pinag-aralan namin is na-execute namin siya pag on game na.
How about Alex?
Yung favorite part ko po about being on the NCF women's basketball, siguro yung parehas kay Joyce po, yung mga new learnings every training na nagagawa din namin, na-adapt namin sa outside the court. And yung tinatatak sa isip namin ni Coach Brian na mental toughness talaga yung kailangan po, and discipline.
And lastly, Joy?
My favorite part, siguro yung kapag patapos na yung training, kasi meron kaming tinatawag na parang huddle or parang company call. So, once na nagsasalita na si coach, yun yung favorite part ko, kasi parang hindi lang kasi sa basketball yung tinuturo niya. Outside the court rin, parang yung basketball kasi, hindi lang naman siya, yung pagtuturo ni coach, hindi lang tungkol sa basketball. It's sa labas na rin, sa court. Parang every time na nagsisermon or nag-speak sa amin si coach, na namamotivate kami and dinidisiplina niya talaga kami. So, that's it.
Actually, Coach Sal, that's really great that you teach these women life lessons itself, not just things that you can learn inside the court. Now, Coach Sal, how about you? What's your most favorite part about being the coach of the NCF women's basketball team?
Well, one of my greatest joys is, being a coach sometimes is very thankless in the fact that whatever we do wrong, it's the coach's fault. Whatever we do right, they get all the glory. That's how it is,
Yeah.
But what I love is that when a player finally catches something in their mind, as coaches we call it the eureka moment, and they understand a certain movement or a certain play, a certain way to shoot the ball or dribble that helps them get better extramentally. And I love that whole thing where they get it, and then for me, I just know that every time that particular person makes that move or thinks about that play, they'll be thinking about how they learned it. And then they learned it from either me or Coach Bry or Coach Josh. It's a wonderful coaching staff.
Wow, I agree with that. Actually, it's impressive. Well, I've been beside Coach Sal before during the OBL's basketball league, and I've heard and I've seen how you coach. Yeah. But anyways, how has NCF helped you grow as an athlete and as a team? Let's start muna with Alex.
Siguro po yung pagiging mentally ready. Kasi parang yung binabato sa atin ng buhay sa labas ng court, parang na-adapt din yung mentality sa loob ng court. Parang pag may binato yung buhay, ay okay lang yan, matatapos lang din yan. Tapos as a team naman po, siguro yung pagkakaisa talaga na nagagawa namin. Kasi dahil po sa mga coaches namin, talagang yung disiplina, grabe talaga.
Yes, I agree with that, Coach Sal. Team chemistry is very important, especially that they're playing a team sport, right? So they have to be compatible with each other. Now let's move on to Joy.
Ako naman, parang yung nag-grow sa akin, yung parang may tumatak sa akin na sinabi si Coach Brian is, kapag sa training na, huwag mo dayain yung proseso kasi dadayain ka rin ng resulta. So parang tumatak yun sa akin na, parang sa buhay rin na kailangan mo talagang magsakripisyo kasi hindi sa lahat ng oras simple lang kailangan mo talagang mag-sacrifice, gawin ng lahat para ma-achieve mo yung dream mo. That's it.
Joyce?
Ako naman po, tulungan ako naman si FM, of course, as an athlete, as a team nagde-develop, yung pagiging magtutulungan kayo sa lahat ng bagay. Kasi sa laro kong basketball is hindi yung isa lang yung lalaro. Hindi mo naman kaya kung ikaw lang yung lalaro.
I see, I understand. How about Coach Sal? So how has NCF helped you grow as a coach and as a team?
Well, as a coach, I was put on originally to help coach the men's basketball team. And when I heard they were putting together a women's basketball team, I was really excited. I grew up in women's sports most of my life. What's a big thing about women's sports is that, matters of the heart really matter. And it's, coming around and seeing these girls grow as people. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but the girls really didn't have like a practice schedule. We had to commit with ourselves to go before everyone else or after everyone else. So we're talking about 4 a.m., 4:30 practice or 9:30 practice before or after some other team that was using it. So to watch that type of commitment, like a coach can want something or motivate a team as much as they want, but if the team or athlete or player does not want it just as bad or more, it really doesn't work. So the fact that we were able to do what we did last year, it just shows the level of commitment and desire that they have. And very, very proud. So that part of me has really grown within me, just the pride and joy of just watching them all grow and develop.
I see. Well, you must be very proud of your team, Coach Sal. Well, when it comes to the journey of victory, Coach Sal, it's never easy. We always encounter problems. So what's the biggest challenge you faced in the sport and how did you push through it?
Well, one of the biggest things that coaches have to really change, especially with a new team, is culture or establishing a culture, where one of the challenges really is, if coach is speaking, everyone should be quiet. There should be a certain level of standard when it comes to how we conduct ourselves and practice, a certain level of accountability. And that accountability is challenged when the individual starts to doubt themselves. So it's a lot of those challenges happen with everyone from the inside out. And a part of being a coach is the challenge is breaking through that wall, understanding that the biggest competitor that you have is yourself. The biggest opponent that you have to play against is yourself and your doubt. And once we break through that, I mean, it's game over. We did really well last year and are hoping to double up for next year.
So that's Coach Sal's experience as a coach. Now let's move on to our athletes, starting with Alec.
Yung biggest challenge na experience ko po, siguro nung aside from injuries, yung nag-pandemic po talaga. Kasi parang nasayang po yung 1 year training namin for 𝗡𝗖𝗙 and WNBL po. Yung Pro League po yun. Tapos siguro yung na-disband po yung women's basketball kasi parang nawalan po ng budget yung management. And yung in-accept ko na lang po siya kasi sa tinuro nga po nila Coach Brian na dapat maging mentally ready sa lahat ng bagay na ibabato sa'yo. Parang in-accept ko na lang po talaga. And hindi naman po lahat talaga ng bagay nag-stay sa'yo. Kaya, yun po.
Oh, napatawa si Joyce, ha? Parang nakarelate ka ata dun, Joyce, ha? Well, anyways, Alex, what was your reaction when you heard about the pandemic, knowing that there was this uncertainty regarding the stability of your sport?
Syempre po, nalungkot. Tapos, parang naging lowest point po yun ng buhay ko kasi parang kinaumagahan po kasi nun. Parang opening na ng 𝗡𝗖𝗙, regional 𝗡𝗖𝗙. Tapos, WNBL din po, sabay opening. Tapos parang, yun nga po, nasayang talaga yung 1 year. Parang power team na po kasi kami nun. Kasi lahat po ng nagpalarong pambansa nasa amin talaga. Kaya, yun po, sobrang nasayang talaga.
But anyways, I think it's just God's redirection, right, Coach Sal? Anyways, how about Joy?
Ako naman, my biggest challenge is siguro para sa akin yung time management. Kasi hindi lang ako student athlete, sa totoo lang. I am a working student din. So, parang ihirap i-handle yung oras ko. Kasi kapag morning, mag-aaral ka, after mo mag-aaral, magte-training ka, after ng training, magtatrabaho ka pa. So, parang yun yung nag-push sa akin na siguro kapag may pangarap ka talaga pangarap ko talaga makapagtapos ng pag-aaral. And I'm glad naman na naging part ako ng varsity dito sa NCF. So, very thankful ako. And yung opportunity yun, hindi ko naman yun sinasayang. So, yun lang.
So, I wanted to ask Joy, kung paano yung setup? Halimbawa, you have to work and you have to attend a specific league. Kasi diba when you're a varsity, you go to different places. Paano mo na-handle yun or na-manage yun?
Siguro, sanay na kasi ako sa routine ng oras ko kasi parang na-handle ko siya gaya ng morning, papasok ako sa school, then after ng school, magti-training. Then after ng training, mag-work ka. So, parang na-handle ko siya sa disiplina Siguro kailangan mo ng disiplina sa sarili mo. Kasi sa totoo lang, hindi na nga ako nakaka-join sa mga teammates ko kapag lalabas. Kasi I have priority na. So, yun yung mahirap siya. Honestly, ang hirap niya. Sobra. Pero, wala kailangan Kaya yun.
So, you understand. How about Joyce?
Ako naman po, ang biggest challenge na nangyari sa akin yung nag-try out ako sa ibang school. Then, nag-akala ko na full scholarship nga po siya. Pero talaga, ako kasi gumastos pa rin ako ng gumastos. Kaya pinag-isipan ko na mag-stop muna po para akala ko kasi makaka-minus ako ng gastos. Kaso hindi po pala talaga. Kaya nag-stop po ako. So, naghintay po ako ng chance na magkaroon ulit ng basketball dito sa NCF. So, kaya lagi akong nag-chat kay Coach Brayno. Napakakulit ko nga. Sabi ko, Coach, wala pa po talagang pa-tryouts ng basketball na nagbabae. Kasi sabi ko, parang ayoko pong umasa kay mama na. Kasi hindi lang naman po ko yung umaaral Kaya sabi ko, hihintay ako kapag okay na ang basketball sa NCF.
I see. So, ano naman yung reaction mo when you learned na nire-regroup ulit yung women's basketball team?
Sobrang saya ko po nun kasi sabi ko kahit konti makaka-minus yung pag-aral ko and yung gastos madali lang kasi taga dito lang ako sa Naga.
Thank you so much for that, Joyce. Now let's move on to the next one. So how has basketball shaped your life outside of the court? Kasi Coach Sal, when we say sports, you don't just teach these women nga what happens inside the court, but also outside. You also help them how to function properly when they are in a professional setting, right? Because of discipline, time management. So, Coach, how has basketball shaped your life? How did you manage to share these learnings to these girls?
Well, basketball has shown me the power of working in a team setting, understanding that you can't really achieve greatness unless you have other people working aside with you, one common goal. Basketball has really shaped my life. I honestly don't think I would be born without basketball because of the fact that my parents met on a basketball court. My father was with the Greyhounds, the UNC Greyhounds, and my mother was with NCF at the time. But they met on the basketball court, and I'm alive. But yeah, with basketball, it taught me how to make friends. When I was a kid, just bring my own basketball to the park and just seeing like 7, 8 random guys there. And, hey, you want to play? You want to play? You want to play? Helped me become social. All those things, building blocks of my life, was because of basketball.
Well, I'm very happy to know that, Coach Sal. Let's proceed to that next.
Basketball shaped me to be independent person po talaga. Kasi, syempre, sanay po kaming mabiyahe sa ibang lugar. Kailangan namin talaga, ang dala lang talaga namin, sarili namin, with the team, coach. Pero syempre, may kanya-kanya naman po kaming mga routine sa buhay. Kaya, yun po, magiging independent and syempre, magiging social ready po. Kasi syempre, bilang basketball player, madami kang nakikilalang tao sa iba-ibang lugar. Kaya, yun po. Naging social ready.
Be socially ready. Ano. How about Joyce?
Ako naman po, how has basketball shaped my life outside the court? Siguro yung kung ano yung sa court, yung disiplina sa court, dapat dalhin ko din sa labas ng court. Kasi hindi lang naman yung mga ka-team ko yung masosocialize ko sa loob ng court. Ibang team and also the other coaching staff din po. Kaya dapat po yung disiplinang nangyayari sa court, dapat pati din po sa labas ng court.
Thank you so much, Joyce. Now let's hear it from Joy.
Siguro sa akin yung yung sabi ni coach na take as a job, yung training namin. Di ba, coach? Sinabi mo yun sa amin. So, parang nakakatuwa lang na for me, it's a really job talaga. Kasi responsible mo talaga yun mag-training araw-araw. Kasi, first of all, sa totoo lang, pinapaaral kami ng school talaga. So, yung loyalty namin dapat nandito sa NCF. Sa akin, siguro yung nag-shape sa akin outside the court yung pakita mo lang kung sino ka, inside and outside in the court.
I see. Well, I'm very eager to hear that from Joy. Because it's true. When you carry the school or the institution's name, you have to present them or represent them in the best way that you can. Right? Kasi you are competing not just here in Bicol, but also outside. So as a team, what's the most memorable and proudest moment you've experienced together? Kasi like Alex mentioned, you have to go to different places and you have to be independent and socially active at the same time. So Coach, let's start with Joy. Joyce naman tayo. So as a team, what's the most memorable and proudest moment you've experienced together?
Ang pinaka-memorable and proudest moment na nangyari sa team namin is yung kahit ano mangyari, manalo or matalo kami, is yung team as talaga hindi yung nagtatampuhan, hindi nagsisisihan, yung minumotivate namin yung isa't isa na bawi na lang tayo next game, next time.
Okay, Alex?
Well, lahat naman po ng moments namin is memorable. Tapos, siguro po yung mga lahat ng championship namin together. Sobrang nakaka-proud po. Kasi parang after the game, mag-uusap-usap po kami. Parang lahat ng na-experience namin through everyday training, parang nag-pay off po siya. And siguro po pag nakakapunta kami sa ibang lugar din, proudest moment kahit po hindi kami nakakapasok ng top 4, very nakaka-proud po. And syempre para sa sarili namin po, proud din kami sa sarili namin.
I see. Well, you should be very proud actually. You have accomplished a lot for our institution and for yourselves then. Now let's move on to Joy.
Sa akin naman po, yung PISA, tawag dun? After ng national, bago tayo mag-national, PISA, yung PISA regional. Kasi hindi yun madali, sa totoo lang. Kasi ang dami ba namin naging problema nun sa team namin na akala namin hindi kami makakalaro. So, gusto ko lang sabihin na sobrang proud ako sa coaches namin kasi hindi kami sinukuan. Inilawan niya talaga kami na parang nakita namin na pinatunayan talaga ng coach namin na hindi, sige, ilalaban namin kayo, maglalaro kayo. Parang nagkaroon kasi kami ng problema noon nung sa regional. Tapos masyado kaming challenge nun Sa totoo parang nawawala na kami ng pag-asa nun. So nagkaroon kami ng opportunity na maglaro and yung proudest moment ko doon na parang yung memorable is yung napatunayan namin na sa team na kaya namin. So kumbaga, bonus na lang yung nag-champion kami. So, yun yung nakaka-proud, di ba, coach, na ang daming challenges para sa amin, pero napatunayan namin yung team namin na kaya namin to. So, binigay naman ni Lord. Kasi yung training namin, sa totoo lang, gabi na Mag-ano kami, parang puyat na So, parang, ano oras yung training natin? 9 to 11 minsan. o kung kailan lang vacant kasi yung mga ka-team namin hindi kami pare-parehas ng schedule. So, yun yung proudest moment sa akin na grabe yung sacrifice namin tapos nagbunga. So, yun lang po.
Thank you so much, Joy. Now, how about Coach Sal?
Yeah, well, you know, they said it all. I mean, as a coach, we have the best seat possible to witness everything, understand the trials and tribulations that we all go through together, and just seeing these girls grow up is a very proud moment for me, and understanding how much they wanted it. It's very tiresome as a coach, and thinking that you can really help motivate someone who is just immovable and stubborn and don't want to do it. But with each passing day, I'm telling you, from 4:30 in the morning, practice until 7, from 9:30 at night, practice until 11. Good night, girls, I'll see you in 5 hours. So that was literally every day. Even I said on the weekends, if you guys have an hour, I'll be at school, we'll work, me and Coach Brian will be at school, we'll work on some small skills and stuff. And we made sure, the coaching staff made sure that, and the management, we made sure that there was no excuses for the girls. You know, basketball is a privilege, and we have the privilege to have an opportunity to show what we can do. And we took that opportunity and we won gold in regionals. So we're very proud about that.
Thank you so much for that, Coach Sal. Now, I would like to know, what would you tell young students who dream of joining the NCF women's basketball team?
To be honest, it's not for everybody. If you're not willing to give it everything you got, and understand that all you need is all you got, if you're not willing to wake up early in the morning, if you're not willing to sleep late at night, if you're not willing to say goodbye to parties or boyfriends or girlfriends, or if you're not willing to say goodbye to a certain level of social life that you're used to, then don't join. But if you really love this sport and you really want to get better, I will guarantee you, if you join this team and you're lucky enough and privileged enough to join this team, within the year that you're with us, you will get better. That is a guarantee. So with that said, it's going to take blood, it's going to take sweat, it's going to take tears, but you will get better. Basketball is a free scholarship with a self-improving program next to it. Okay, self-improvement. Okay, so what you learn on the basketball court, you can apply it anywhere else, in the job field, in life, in other social circles. So to be a Tiger is a really special class, and it's not something like, oh, I like basketball, it's a hobby, I kind of like it, my parents did it and they want me to join. No, you have to love it to wake up in the morning, sleep late at night, and say goodbye to parties, because that's what they did.
Yes, I agree with that, Coach. So if you are truly committed to something, you give it your all and you sacrifice as much as you can.
With that said, I'm telling you, just believe in yourself and put forth the effort that you know that you can give in, and you can be a Tiger. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much, Coach Sal. How about our athletes? Let's start with Joy.
Oo naman po, ang masasabi ko sa gustong sumali sa women's basketball team ng NCF, kagaya ng sinabi ni Coach, kung hindi mo pagtatrabawan na hindi dapat pagtrabawan mo yung slot na ibibigay sa'yo.
Okay, is that all? It's okay, no problem. Now let's move on to Alex.
To all aspiring young athletes na gusto po mag-join sa women's basketball, napakalaking opportunity po ng NCF para sa inyo, para maging stepping stone ng buhay nyo sa basketball career. And sabi nga po ni Coach Sal, blood, sweat po yung mararanasan nyo, kasi makikita mo talaga si Lord pag training. Every training po, makikita mo talaga si Lord. Kaya talagang yung yung pagsali sa women's basketball, hindi lang po laro, commitment talaga sa team. Kasi kailangan mong maglaan ng effort, all effort talaga, kasi at the end of the day, very worth it naman po siya. Kasi para sa amin din naman yun as an athlete.
Wow, parang kinabahan naman ako doon sa makikita mo si Lord.
Totoo po yun.
Parang grabe naman, ibang level na ata yun. How about Joy? Let's hear it from her.
Ako naman, agree ako dun sa sinabi ni Alex. Siguro yung masasabi ko sa aspiring athlete, ituloy nyo lang yung dream nyo, yung pangarap nyo. Sa una, mahirap pero worth it yan. Bubunga yan ng maganda. So, yun lang.
Thank you so much, Coach Sal, and to our amazing women's basketball team. Your drive, discipline, and team spirit reminds us that winning starts with heart. But we're just getting started. Sportizans, up next, from courtside to pitch side, we will meet the NCF football team. Only here on Sportify.
The grind, the glory, we devour. Sportify's our finest hour, yeah. Keep chasing greatness, don't stop. Sportify your spirit, make it pop. Oregon champions, we're on top. The grind, the glory, never drop.
From dreams to strategy.
From passion to profession.
What can you be with a marketing degree? We create brands that connect. Be bold, be the brand.
Market your future. It all starts here at the Naga College Foundation, BSBA Marketing Management.
Start your quest to success. Be a Tiger today. Enroll now.
Tanga diri ko nababay na GNN TV 48 Naga.
Kalma! Lumipat lang ang GNN TV 48 Naga sa channel 48.1.
What?
Direk, ang simple lang ng solusyon dyan. Kunin ang remote, pumunta sa menu Setup o Settings, at hanapin at pindutin ang scan at hintayin. Then, boom! Balik na si GNN sa channel 48 mo. Para sa mga balitang nanguna at napapanahon,
At sa mga programang swak sa panlasa mo.
tutok lang sa GNN TV 48 Naga,
Bida ang Bicolano!
Oregon champions, rise, Sportify the fire in your eyes. Keep pushing.
Welcome back, Sportizans! Earlier, we celebrated the skill and sisterhood of the NCF women's basketball team. Now, shifting gears to a sport that requires precision, teamwork, and stamina. We're talking about the NCF football and futsal team. These student athletes bring their A game to the field, representing NCF with pride, passion, and purpose. Let's meet the team that keeps the ball rolling for the Tigers. Let's get to know Coach Ferdinand Toy and his football Tigers who turn passion into goals and dreams into reality. So before we begin our interview, Coach Toy, I would like to get to know your athletes. So okay lang ba if you introduce yourself to the camera?
My name is 𝗚𝗖𝗙 𝗧𝗜𝗚 and grade 12 na po ako ngayon, yung student, and naglalaro na po ako ng futsal for 11 years and naging varsity player po ako dito since grade 7 po.
Ako po si 𝗧𝗏𝗏 Master, grade 10 pa lang po at naglalaro pa lang po ako dito since grade 7.
Ako po si 𝗡𝗖𝗙 𝗧𝗜𝗚, captain ng seniors football.
Thank you so much. So Coach Toy, before we proceed sa ating student athletes, I would like to get to know yung background mo muna kung paano kayo napadpad sa sports na football or futsal.
Actually, I started playing football way back when I was grade 5, and I continued playing high school until college. So if you count it off, it's basically more than half of my life is football. So after graduating, I decided to continue my passion by sharing what I've learned from football. So I started part-time coaching sa college, high school, until such time I started coaching NCF Tigers.
So Coach Toy, did you encounter any difficulty shifting from being an athlete to being a coach?
Not much kasi from high school I already became the team captain, so I lead the team until college. So as to how I will handle team, siguro hindi na ako masyado nahirapan.
So, paano po kayo napadpad dito sa ating institution?
If I remember 2015 or 2014, may nakita ako mga potential players from elementary. And I approached Ma'am Olaso na kung pwede maglagay ng football team dito sa Naya College. And during that time, wala pang football ang Naya College. If I do remember, huling nagkaroon ng football ang Naya College during my time. That was 1992. So I approached Ma'am Olaso na meron akong team na pwedeng i-recommend. And sabi ni Ma'am Olaso, magaling ba yung team na yan? Sabi ko, Ma'am, very promising. And he trusted me and kinuha niya yung buong team. And inofera ng scholarship. Then from then on, nag-start na yung football ng college. And sabi ko nga kay Ma'am Olaso, kahit free lang yung bayad, ay wala akong bayad, for free I will coach this potential kids.
Thank you so much, Coach Toy, for sharing that with us. Now, let's move on naman sa ating student athletes. I think these are very young players, senior high school and junior high school students. So, let's start with Zach muna.
Sa mga kaibigan ko po, tapos sa isa ko pong kapatid, naglalaro po sila ng football. Kaya minsan po, tinuturuan po nila ako. Kaya gusto ko rin po magsali sa football. Kaya ngayon po, andito na.
I see. So, ilang taon ka nung nagkaroon ka ng interest sa paglaro ng football?
10 years old po ata. Tapos grade 7 po, dito na po ako try out.
So, during yung tryout mo, ano ba yung emotions or nararamdaman mo?
Masaya po kasi nakaka-try out po akong ganyan sa football, tapos nakuha po ako.
Well, that's good to hear. How about Trace?
Since elementary po, naglalaro na ako ng football dahil sa kapatid and sa father ko po. Kasi naglalaro din. Tapos, first year and second year, sa kamay kami nag-school. Tapos, sabi nga ni Coach, kinuha kami para pumasok dito sa NCF hanggang sa tuloy-tuloy na hanggang sa pag-college.
Okay, and lastly?
Nag-start po akong maglaro ng futsal po. Since bata pa po ako nung elementary. And yung naging kauna-unahan ko pong coach is yung mother ko. Siya po yung nag-introduce po sa akin ng futsal po. Kaya ayun po, hanggang ngayon po, hilig ko pa din po yung futsal. Kaya thankful din po ako sa NCF and kay Coach Toy na napunta po ako dito sa NCF.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, Coach Toy, being an athlete is a privilege and a pressure. So what was your favorite thing about being part of the NCF football and futsal team?
Siguro yung favorite part ko is being part of the community. The community here treat everyone as family. So siguro isa yan sa mga nagustuhan ko dito sa NCF. And there's a lot of opportunity na binibigay, especially the trust that they're giving us as coaches to handle these kids, these student athletes freely sa aming sariling coaching styles. So yun.
Okay, how about Chris?
Sa akin po yung band na nabubuo kasama yung teammates. Tapos yung makapunta ng iba-ibang lugar para makapaglaro. Tapos experience na makalaban yung mga malalakas na players para malaman kung hanggang saan at kung ano pang kayang improve.
So Coach, I would like to ask lang, ilang players yung hawak-hawak natin?
2020, 50 plus.
50 plus?
Yeah. So technically, yung pinaka sa rooster is 2020. Both football, seniors and juniors, plus 12 sa futsal. Then other than that, yung mga developmental players.
So that's quite a lot.
Yes.
them in terms of training? Sabay-sabay ba sila or do they have a
No, we try to make it to a point na we schedule them. Hindi pwedeng sabay yung girls sa boys. Pero sometimes sinasabay na namin because of lack of trainers. Kasi actually dalawa lang kami. So dati tatlo, ngayon dalawa na naman lang. So just imagine how we handle more than 50 players, okay, at the same time. So we try to manage our time. Like for example, MWF, football, senior and junior, then PTH, the futsal team. Then over the weekend, we try to gather them, all of them. Pero talagang kulang ang oras.
Yes, I see and understand. Not to mention na here at NCF, there are certain moments na hindi available yung mga venues.
Exactly.
So anyways, let's hear it from Miss. So ano yung pinaka-favorite thing mo about being part of the NCF futsal and football team?
Yung favorite part po ng pagiging part ng team na to is yung nakakasama ko po sila sa pag-travel po, and especially yung pag-meet po ng mga bago pong tao po. Yan po.
So you have traveled or you visited a lot of places because of the sport. Do you have a favorite location?
Favorite location po, yung sa Palawan po, yung naglaro po kami ng Batang Pinoy. Kasi po maganda po yung place na yun.
Now let's hear it from Zach naman.
Ang pinaka pong favorite ko pong pagiging parte ng football team is yung pagsasama-sama po namin. Hindi lang po sa basta paglalaro at yung mga struggles po. Tinuturing ko po sila ng pamilya, hindi lang po basta-bastang team.
So yung bond din sa loob ng team, very compact siya, coach. May instances ba na may nag-aaway-aaway sa team?
May mga marami. You just have to consider that they have all indifferences. So it's normal sa isang team na magkaroon ng tampuhan. So mga bulihan, it's natural. So it's part of growing up.
So futsal and football has a really good image in terms of the sport. It's very competitive coach. So how has NCF supported your growth as a football player and the coach? Let's start with coach.
How NCF supported? Lahat ng competition well supported naman. Financially, foods, travel allowance, transportation. So all of those are being provided, especially the major competitions that we compete, like Palarong Bicol, regional 𝗡𝗖𝗙, provincial 𝗡𝗖𝗙, and especially the national. So well supported naman tayo, and very thankful naman kami kay NCF and kay Sir Mario and the sports office led by Ma'am Narba Olaso and Sir 𝗡𝗖𝗙
Okay, how about for Zach? Paano ka natulungan ng NCF na maging better as a football player?
Sa mga malalaking competition, ganyan po. Mga malalaking laro, katulad po ng Palarong Bicol, National 𝗡𝗖𝗙, nasusuportahan po kami dyan. May mga scholar po kami, ganyan. At pag sa mga training po, may mga equipment po kami, ganyan.
How about Miss?
Natutulungan po kami ng NCF po sa pag-aaral po din namin. Hindi lang po sa pagiging athlete, pero ayun po, binigyan po nila kami ng scholarship din po. And sa pagiging athlete naman, binibigyan nila kami ng equipment din po, and especially po yung oras po para po makapag-prepare po kami sa tournaments or sa mga iba't iba pong laro namin.
So by the way, you are a grade 12 student, right?
Yes po.
Oh, so what course are you planning to take pag tungtungan ng college?
Education po. Kasi yun po yung gusto din po ng mother ko kasi teacher po siya.
I see. So yung major ba na education, related din ba siya sa physical ed?
No po siguro. Kasi magte-take po ako ng course na hindi po secondary education. Yung elementary education lang po.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Now let's move on to Chris.
Same lang po sa sinabi nila na provided na ng school yung mga kailangan namin sa laro. Ang kailangan nila lang talaga yung mag-ensayo tapos mag-aaral.
Thank you so much, Chris. Now, you know, the road to victory is never easy, Coach. May mga problema tayo na encounter along the way. Kaya what's been the toughest challenge you faced so far in football and futsal? And paano mo siya na-overcome in elementary?
Siguro ang challenges, number one is the facilities. The facilities that we currently have here sa school, masyadong maraming nag-share, especially as football and futsal. Kung minsan may gumagamit ng training venue namin. So, good thing about football, we can maximize the Metro Naga Sports Complex through the LGU. So, we asked permission from the LGU na we can use the football field there. Only the problem is, another challenge is yung pag-transport namin papunta doon. So, these kids doesn't have enough budget to transport from Naga College going to Pacol. So, how do we overcome it? We try to maximize what we have. Okay? Kung ano yung space na meron kami dyan, yung pagtsatsaga namin. Hindi na kami kailangan compete with other events. Kung ano yung space na available, we try to maximize it and try to improve. Kung anong pwedeng i-improve namin for the athletes and as a team.
Well, I have to agree with that, Coach Toy. I mean, we have 22 sports program in our institution and may mga times talaga na medyo nag-aagawan tayo pagdating sa equipments or venues. How about, Zach? As a student athlete, what's the toughest challenge you face and paano mo siya nalabanan?
Pag may training po tapos may mga school po kami, kaya ko lang po sa time management. Ko na lang. Pag umaga, nag-aaral po ako, tapos minsan po ang training namin gabi. Iyon po ang As pag wala po kaming sapatos, salamat po kay Coach Toy na binibigyan po kaming sapatos. Minsan nga po pag walang pamasahe, binibigyan po kami niyan.
Wow, napaka-generous naman ni Coach Toy. Coach Toy, wala din akong sapatos.
Bigyan ka naman. Size mo.
Just joking.
Spikes. Bibigyan ko sa'yo.
Thank you so much, Coach Toy. Napaka-generous naman talaga. And I can sense naman sa kanyang players how how close they are with each other. Now, let's hear it from Miss.
As a student athlete po, mahirap po talaga yung pagsabayan po yung pag-aaral po and yung sports po. And okay lang din naman po yun for me kasi iniisip ko din po yung health ko ba. Like, tinutulungan din po ako ng sports ko na maging healthy po. Kasi kung for example, puro lang po tayo aral, nagkakaroon lang po tayo ng too much stress po. Kaya po dahil po sa futsal, nawawala din po yung stress ko po sa iba pong bagay po. Yun.
Well, I agree with that again, Coach Toy. I think it's a good way to stay healthy. Dapat pinupurso mo or ginagalaw mo yung katawan mo in a way na na-enjoy mo. Such as futsal and football, right? How about Chris?
Sa akin yung pag may laro na may maiiwan kang gawain sa school, tapos pagbalik mo galing sa laro, kailangan mo ulit habulin yun kasi may mga times na pag nasa laro ka, di mo na naisip yung mga gagawin mo. Tapos pag uwi mo, saka mo habulin yung mga dapat na habulin sa school. Yun.
I see. So, Coach Toy, yung ating teachers ba, or let's say yung mga instructors ng student athletes, do they give some certain considerations pagdating sa sitwasyon ng ating student athletes?
Not to my knowledge. Pero as far as I know, dapat meron. just to give consideration of the sacrifices and yung representation nila ng school, especially sa mga big events like Palaro and 𝗡𝗖𝗙. So I do hope yung mga teachers and instructors nila would definitely give them extra credits sa academics.
Yes, that's true. Kasi these student athletes, they represent our institution, not just themselves. But speaking of that, hindi madali na maging estudyante at atleta at the same time. May positive and negative traits siya, or should I say sides. Now, when we say football and futsal, Coach Toy, medyo iba yung image nito sa ibang tao. They say that it's a masculine sport. Ano? So how does it feel to have a women's team dito sa ating institution?
A good opportunity, an equal opportunity, both for male and female. Hindi ibig sabihin football, panlalaki lang. Actually, ang football is for everyone, both male and female. In fact, we have a national football team na nagko-compete World Cup. Meron din tayong national football team. We'll also compete, I think, next year sa futsal World Cup din. So, magandang opportunities for everyone.
Thank you, Coach Toy. Now, when we say NCF, ang inisip ng tao, it's always centered in sports. But sports is a very complex thing, ano? Hindi lang niya tinuturuan yung mga atleta kung anong gagawin pag nasa liga, but also when in terms of life. So how has football impacted your life outside of the field or tournaments? Let's start with Chris.
Sa akin, natutunan ko po kung paano balansehin yung pagiging atleta at pagiging mag-aaral po. Tapos, natutunan ko kung paano mag-grow sa mga failure na nagaganap doon.
Okay, Zach?
Marami po akong nagiging kaibigan dahil po sa football. Katulad po ng mga kalaban namin, nagiging kilala namin na maging kalaro, ganyan. Sa mga araw-araw po, nakakasama ko po sila at nasasanaan ako. Nagiging akong masaya. Dahil po sa laro na ito, marami po akong kaibigan.
Natuto po ako sa time management po. And hindi ko din po iniisip na porke atleta ka, hindi mo na kailangan dito mag-aral. Hindi po. Pero dahil po dito sa sports ko, natuto po ako ng time management and nakakilala din po ako ng mga iba't iba pong tao and friends din po sa iba't ibang lugar po.
As a coach, should I say as an athlete before, paano na-impact ng football or ng futsal yung buhay mo?
Siguro I can say, kung ano ako ngayon, it's all because of football. So football shaped me, not just an athlete, but as a person, as a whole. So kung ano may mga achievements ko ngayon, I am very thankful kasi natutunan ko yung football, paglalaro ng football. And siguro yun na lang, sinishare ko na lang sa through coaching, sinishare ko yung knowledge ko sa mga players ko.
Thank you so much, Coach Toy. Now that you mentioned it, ilang taon na kayo magkakasama ng inyong team, right?
Ito si Cap, I think since 2015. Yeah, 2015. Ito si Aryan, ilang taon kan? Basta starting grade 7. So grade 12 na siya ngayon, 7 years. Si Zach, we started grade 7 as well. So, quite
a long time na din naman. Yeah. So nakita mo na silang mag-grow,
yeah.
Diba?
From elementary.
So as a coach, Coach Toy, ano yung pinaka-memorable and proudest moment mo kasama itong team mo?
Siguro when we compete sa Masbate, yung nag-champion yung team nila. First time in the history of Bicol na nag-champion ng Naga City sa football secondary. So that was way back 2019 before pandemic. Then also pag champion ay pag silver din nila 2 years ago sa National Quiz sa saan ba yan? Sa buwang Legazpi. So National Quiz sa Legazpi, and same with futsal nung nag-champion sila sa Legazpi, Albay din nata yung ano. So there's also one in Catanduanes. So yun yung mga memorable sa akin kasi it's basically first time in the history of first in the history of Bicol or Inaga.
Wow, well, you must be very proud of your team, Coach Noe, and be very proud of yourself for also carrying the team. Grabe. Now, how about Zach? Do you have a favorite or proudest moment together with your team?
Yung ano po, yung naging silver medalist po kami sa National Quiz yung 2 years ago po. Yun po ang ano, pinaka-proud ko pong moment. Yun po ang ano, first time in history po ng Bicol na maging silver medalist sa ano, National Quiz
Okay, now how about Chris?
Same lang po sa sinabi ni Coach yung nag-champion sa Masbate. Kasi 2018 po nun ang venue ng palaro dito sa Naga. Tapos kalaban rin namin yung Masbate. Tapos tinalo nila kami dito, silver lang kami. Tapos nung naglaro kami sa Masbate, doon naman namin sila tinalo sa home court nila.
Wow. Now, how about this?
For me po, yung pinaka-proudest moments po is yung naging silver medalist po kami dun sa Palarong Bicol, and parang kakagaling pa lang din po kasi nun sa pandemic, and yung mga sports pa lang po nun, nung medyo mahigpit pa is yung mga hindi po team sports, katulad po ng table tennis, ganyan. Kaya nung grade 9 po ako, meron na pong team sport po. Kaya naglaro po kami ng Palarong Bicol and naging silver medalist po.
So, napakadami naman talaga ng achievements ninyo, Coach, no? Hindi na siya mabilang sa kamay, or should I say sa daliri. Now, let's talk about our institution po, Coach Toy. So, what would you tell other students who are thinking about joining the football team or enrolling here in NCF?
Siguro if you're thinking of joining or being part of the Naga colleges, it's gonna be memorable. Okay? It will own you as not just of what you want to be, not just as a student, but as a person, as a whole. Siguro kung magiging part sila ng team, one assurance is they will be guided properly. Not just an athlete, but as an individual. Lahat ng walks of life, matututunan nila through football and futsal. And siguro, another thing is to be passionate of what they will be doing.
Thank you so much. How about?
Okay, sa lahat po na gusto pong mag-enroll po sa NCF and gusto pong mag-join po sa team namin, ina-assure po namin na masaya po dito sa NCF po, hindi lang po sa pag-aaral and sa team po namin. Masaya po kami kahit na sabihin natin may mga problema kaming hinaharap sa team. Siyempre po, kasi nalulutasan din namin po yun. And ayun po.
Okay, how about Chris?
Sa mga papasok sa Naga-college team and sa football, dapat masaya kayo sa ginagawa nyo at para magaan lang sa pakiramdam kung ano yung ginagawa.
Thank you so much, Chris. Let's go back to Zach.
Dahil po sa football team, naging masaya po ako, tapos maraming friends, ganyan po. At nagiging ko pong close sila at marami po akong natutunan. Naglaki po ang aking confidence, ganyan. Kaya sali na po kayo sa football team.
Parang ako napapasali din ako, Coach. But anyways, thank you so much, Coach Toy, and thank you so much to the NCF football team for sharing your incredible journey, team spirit, and passion for the game. Earlier, we also met the fierce and focused women of the NCF basketball team who showed us that true strength comes from discipline, unity, and heart. Both teams reminded us that championship isn't just about trophies. It's about growth, grit, and never giving up on your dreams. Be part of a community of champions. Enroll now at the 𝗏𝗏 College Foundation Incorporated, where dreams take root and future legends are shaped. With 22 sports programs, excellent coaching, scholarship opportunities, and a supportive academic environment, NCF is the perfect place to unleash your potential on the field, on the court, or in the classroom. Your journey to greatness begins today. Visit www.ncf.edu.ph or follow 𝗏𝗏 College Foundation Incorporated on Facebook for the latest updates, enrollment details, and more. Dream big, train hard, be a tiger. Until next time, Sportisans, keep the fire burning, keep chasing your dreams, and remember, at NCF, champions are made. The grind, the glory, and the guts. We live it, we breathe it, and we bring it to you every time. Ihahatid namin ang pinakamalalaki at bidang liga. Catch us every Saturday and don't forget to follow and subscribe to our official Facebook page and YouTube channel, GNN TV 48 Naga, Liga Ang Bicolano, and Oragon Sports TV, Liga ng mga Kampiyon. Keep pushing limits and keep chasing greatness. I am 𝗡𝗖𝗙 𝗧𝗜𝗍𝗏 and this is Sportify.
In the heart of the brave we thrive. NCF calling the fearless to stay. Join the quest, don't let it slip away. Be a champion, be a tiger today. NCF's the quest, lights lighting your way. With courage and heart.
At the heart of every dreamer lies a future of limitless possibilities. At 𝗏𝗏 College Foundation, we understand the journey. With proper guidance, inclusive community, and state-of-the-art facilities, your dreams can become a reality. We are a training ground for future innovators, where quality education continues to thrive and service meets excellence. We develop students for more than a career. We equip them with the right skills and attitude to leap into a future of limitless possibilities. Your future is waiting. All you have to do is to begin. Meet your future self and choose NCF.
Oregon champions, rise, rise. Sportify the fire in your eyes. Keep pushing limits.